Happy New Week, everyone. Welcome to the Africana podcast. I am Clara Rinchuni, your host. Today, I am not alone. I am joined by two lovely gentlemen. I think the first gentleman to grace this podcast in 2026. And we are having an interesting conversation. If you are new to this podcast, Africana is a platform where we have conversations that are rooted in Christ around having a free mind and a free life. And today's conversation, I hope, will be something that sparks you to ask these questions, because we are asking these questions to ourselves. We're trying to navigate these issues ourselves. So we hope to invite you in. If you've not subscribed yet, please do. And yeah, without further ado, I will start on my left and invite our guest to introduce himself.
Oh, on left ni huku.
Yeah. Well, left yangu.
Okay. Guys,
Gina.
Okay.
Penye utataka kuanza.
Hello guys. My good name is Hawiloyo. I'm from the Untold Truth podcast. I'm happy to be in this space.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Untold Truth podcast.
Yeah.
What is that about?
We talk of raw-rooted conversation. Yeah, we talk of raw things, raw conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll link that in the description box, and then I'll go to my right.
Yeah. This is Dante for you, and I'm really happy to be onto this platform. Yeah.
Dante, what do you do? Where can we find you?
I'm a podcaster, hosting on the Corridors podcast. The Corridors podcast, we handle matters health, have conversation around the society and medical practitioners, linking them both, and debunking the untold truth, like he said.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, nice one.
Sure.
We'll link the Corridors podcast too on the description box. You can find them after you watch this episode. So yeah, today we are having an interesting conversation. The second month of the year is the month of love, as we have commercially known it.
Yeah.
And we have different views, but all coming together, I think, to show how we think through these things. The premise of this episode is around, loving people. And how do we love people? How have we been trained to even relate with the L word? Are we never saying it? Are we saying it too often? Do we understand what it means? So I thought to have different perspectives. And the premise of it is to just have a conversation. There's no right or wrong answer. Again, I think even the 99-year-old is trying to figure out what this love thing is.
Exactly.
Labda hata natafuta mtu wake at that point. But
exactly.
So I just wanted us to start off from our beginnings. Us guys are Kenyan, we're African. And from the African context, actually your own context when you're growing up, when was the first time you experienced the thing called love? Was it at home? Like when did it click that, oh, this is love, or something like love could happen here? Was it on a show? Were you watching TV and then you heard it and you're like, what is this love thing? Was it your home setting? When was if you can recall, when were you starting to feel like, okay, I understand, or I know what this thing is, or I've heard of this thing, I'm curious to find out more about it?
Yeah.
What's your experience?
Okay. I can't really remember when I first find this thing called love. Because me growing up, let's say, my family, I came up in a certain family where love haikuwa so important. So I used to see my parents used to fight most of the time.
Yeah.
So me and love, I was like, what is this? How can you say that you love this person then you fight the other person? So I think I grew up not knowing what is love until nikakuwa age, certain age. Then I started realizing that love do exist maybe through my friends, maybe you going to visit your friends and then you see how they are carrying themselves in a family. They are having mother, dad there. So now you just say, kumbe this thing is real. Maybe kama I work kwetu, but it's real. So for me it was so weird. Yeah, love ndio nikuja ni accept what is love. It may take long actually. It may take long, and eventually when you niligundua what is love, then I want to be a different person, not from the setup where I came from. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for sharing. Cause yeah, it's true. Kiwa mtoi unaenda kuvisit watu, you're like, kwani niko nchi ingine? Cause kwetu.
Yeah.
Kwa ni wapi?
Yeah, unaweza shanga actually, cause for me, okay, mom was trying to feature everything, to hide everything from us. So she was always trying to make us understand that dad bado anatupenda, but wewe mwenyewe unaona there's nothing here, because most of the time unakuwa tuna vita. So unaonanga kuna kitu hapa. Then when they separated, at least pia I felt love now, because now we are in a peaceful home with mom alone, and ile quarrel ya hapa na pale haiko again. Then now you start realizing that love can exist without even dad. And then now you coming to experience the love from other people, the dad, the other side, you realize that you're really missing a lot. Yeah. Yeah, so that is me with love.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Dante?
I was born and raised in a family where there's love, let me say so.
Yeah.
And in this perspective, when I was 2 years of age, my dad passed on. Possibly I couldn't remember anything at 2 years of age. So I didn't really have too much of memories of him.
Yeah.
But my mom could speak highly of him. And there's a time I once asked her, has dad ever hit you or something? You know, women sometimes will try to hide everything from their children and all that. Yeah. So she never mentioned either way. But I knew that at least there was that whole situation. So I don't know if he would have been alive, possibly, or rather it would have remained the same, or it would have changed. A lot of things happen. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. But I appreciate the fact that despite the fact that mom was a harsh one, she could communicate love indirectly. You know, the African moms.
Tough love.
Yeah, tough love. And there are times you'll want to wake up and just run away from home. But you always remember that we have a connection here. There's a friend of my dad at the age of 3 years who used to work with Compassion International. Okay. Compassion International is a program that helps the orphans within the country, Kenya as a country. Yeah. Apparently, they happen to get the kids, the vulnerable ones in the community, and then they will raise at least one kid in a whole homestead. Yeah, so it happens during this period of time, there was me being picked. Yeah. And that was the first time I saw love in real life situations. Like the first letter I ever received was from Miss Sandy Connect from Canada, who was my sponsor by then, who sponsored me my whole time until 22 years of age. Wow. Yeah, so I received a letter with photos of her 2 daughters. One, my initial name is Daniel. So the other daughter was Daniela. Oh. So it became family, you know. And then during this whole period of time, we were now a group of young children, or rather, you know, because ilikuwa ages from different ages up to 22. So I remember there was a time, I'm still young, very young. I cannot handle anything. There was someone from around our area. I can't really remember the name. But this guy used to hold my hand. Each and every Saturday, we used to go Saturday to the place. You have cognitive skills. You have, you're taught on how to get skills around the place. It was an amazing one. So every single day, every single Saturday, this guy would always hold my hand, walk with me to the other place. And this one only gave me a debt of, I need to give back to the community. I need to always love right, because there's someone who already loved me right. Yeah. So that was my, my first days with love. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for sharing. As you were finishing, I just remembered how wisdom says that the best debt to have is a debt of love. That unaka ukikumbuka, hii lazima nilipishe forward. That's so interesting. I mean, different perspectives, but pia, I think, kudos to a human mind, because you're able to perceive different things. Hata kama mtu hajakwambia ABCD, unaweza sense, okay, here, this is what's happening, or here, I can sense something. So now as we are growing up, because I feel like at some point now you leave your home environment. I think for you it was quite early, because then you had that exposure that there are other people in the world, you get. For some of us, I think education ndio inakuonyesha. Na pia the more, because if I speak from my perspective, most of our schools zilikuwa mixed culture. So wase wametoka everywhere. Wengine hata ni wa Mombasa, wengine ni wa, so mnapatana boarding school. Then when you're talking about your own families is when you realize, that's different. Like, I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm hearing that's a new way of living. So as you guys are growing up as men, of course, how are you interpreting the messages that come from society about what love is? Where is this? How are you forming? Because maybe I can give a perspective of where I've come from. A lot of the times when I was young, these ideas were coming from novels and music. Is what used to teach me what love is. Ukisikiza lyrics za ngoma, you're like, enye, hiyo ndio love, legit. But then unaanza ku date, maybe like in high school, maybe you have a boyfriend, nini, and now in campus, and now as you grow old, you're older, hizo ideas zinakuwa challenged. So I want to find out from a guy's perspective, as you're growing, where were you getting this information? Because for sure, me, it was not my folks at you. I mean, mzazi, ako like umesoma, and so I feel like from the African context, the home, especially that one for your mom or your aunties, is not where you're getting those ideas from, because we kind of usually have I don't know if it still exists now, but kuna zile vitu ongeleleangi home, na kuna zile vitu unaongelelea home.
Sure.
So I wanted to find out from you guys, was it different or was it same? And if so, where were your initial ideas about how to love people, what love looks like for partners, for friends? Where were you getting those ideas from?
Okay, for me, let's say, since I was home, I used to, because you find those times soap opera zilikuwa sana, sio? So you find mama atakuwa na watch hapo na you'll find yourself watching the same. So hapo ndo unaanza ku get the idea of love. Unaanza ku get the idea of love. And then you coming back now to the society. Now you want now to get more about this love. Now you want to know what is love. Then you realize that there's other way of loving. Then let's say me getting maybe a lady. Now you start to experience a different way of loving. But wewe unapata umechanganyikiwa ni cause for me nilikuwa like kwani if I love you inafaa nionyeshe aje nakupenda.
Benye nakwambia anyway.
Inafaa ujue aje cause me I know actually me kitu imenisumbua for long. Yeah, I didn't know the way nitakuonyesha that I love you. And maybe if you have friends, you have those communication with maybe your boys, uta find different ideas. Mtu atakwambia maybe ukidozi na yeye ndio unaonyesha unampenda. But uko like nikilala na wewe inamaanisha je nakupenda. And then so unaanza kupata hizo ideas that maybe ukilala na yeye ndio utampenda. So uko like kani nitaonyesha aje nampenda. Yeah, because by the way for me hata kuna time ilikuwa so hard even to tell a girl that I love you. Like sina kupenda. Kwa lazima nikwambie kila time that I love you. Say I love you, you know I love you.
Nini akili inakuanga na ka delete button usiku. Madem tukilala ina delete.
Yeah.
Lazima.
Yeah, so like unapata mimi najua sina kupenda. But maybe you expect that I tell you each and every time that I love you. Yenye itatoka. Mi already najuanga sinampenda. So unapatanga hata kusema that I love you. Utasema akwambie I love you then ana expect umwambie back. Utamwambia okay sawa. Kuzi unajua mimi nampenda so what next? Kwani nikikwambia ukiti ita change nini kwa maisha yako? I love you. Yeah, so
a tough pill to swallow.
Unapata is very hard to understand love. So along the way you end up learning new things. Pia positive and negative. Yeah, some pia ni mbaya because tell me a situation where in a society where tunasoma to that when I love you lazima nilale na wewe ndio nikupende. So mimi huwa si understand, according to me huwa si understand mbona because utapata hata saa zingine mnakuwa na conversation where akwambia ushalala naye bado ai mtakupendi. Au mtakupendi. Angekuwa nakupenda. Angekuwa nakupenda. Angekuwa nakupenda, yeah. So unataka kuprove a point. Wewe pia maybe utoke na frustration zako unaenda huko. Nataka kujua kwa unanipenda. So unapata uko confused. You don't know what is this love. Unaona? So understanding love is so
it's tricky.
It's tricky.
Okay, and then it's so interesting that you figure out one person na mna rhyme.
Yeah.
Then mwachane. The next chick you find hailewi your love language. Unaanza tena.
Unaanza tena.
Unaanza tu round.
Yeah.
How about you, Dante?
Hey. Okay. Now the love that we are talking about right now.
Yeah.
Myself, I happen to, I had my sisters, my elder sisters.
Yeah.
We used to write lyrics, listen to Westlife and all that. So it was type of an expose to the whole love situations and all that. Now, I'm picking up a book from my sister's wardrobe and reading it. It was Lucky Dube song, I think, Remember Me. And I'm like, okay, these lyrics, I can use them somewhere. I was still in primary school.
Yeah.
I think that is the first rejection I ever received.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to sing to her. And, nah,
it
don't
was
do
the
that.
voice.
Yeah, it was the voice.
It was the voice. Your lyrics.
She was like, please don't do that to me right now. Yeah, and of course felt bad. She was one of the most pretty ones in class by then. And then along the way, unajua mzazi anakuambia, hii kitu ni mbaya, hii ni mbaya. So you keep avoiding it.
Yeah.
And then there's that period of time you get to high school where I schooled.
Yeah.
I joined music and drama.
Okay.
One of the rules in music and drama is by then in that school, you don't go outside and don't come back with at least a sweater, hoodie, or a tie. You don't go outside and stay in the bus. Okay, the bus is locked for like 2 hours. You go out and hunt as a man.
Okay.
And they're like, you have a school dad. There's always that period of time. Right?
Yes.
So my school dad, big up to Peter Wainaina. He was like, leo na uniletee msichana nione kama ni mrembo ama si mrembo. So you'll be walking with her from another school, walking with her and going to Pitai. He talks to the lady like the father he is. No kijana wangu sim heartbreak. You get so from there you become the real G you are.
Okay.
Growing from nilifailia wapi, now I pick up from where I failed the other time.
Yeah.
But I cannot truly say that love looks like this. Depends from one person to the next.
Yeah.
Because you will meet a lady today who assumes there's the long days back in the days that from where I come from, kulikuwa na hiyo msemo ya ati kama upigi mwanamke umpendi. And then it got into ladies' minds.
Okay.
That we are jai bigger, we are nipendi. You get? Because you've been raised with that mindset, lazima nipigwe ndo nijue ananipenda. So and from our men's perspective, there's that mindset of kama mwanamke akuletei drama, wewe jua si wako. Anakubali kila kitu, wewe jua wewe akupendi. You get? And I totally disagree to that. Okay. Because one, there's a way people can live smoothly. There's a way, of course, fights will be there. Yeah. But it shouldn't get to physical part of it. Emotional as well shouldn't be that much. There's part of emotional traumas that will affect someone in a relationship for the longest period of time. So if you love someone, try to accommodate them. That is my whole love language. Accommodate me and let me have a conversation with you, understand me, and say what you feel I should be doing to communicate to you that I love you. Yeah. It's not upon me to read it on your face, because you will expect me to read it and I will not. Yeah. One thing that doesn't really work with me is how do we call them? Surprises. Yeah. Yeah, you don't just wake up and surprise me. I mean, I'm gonna fail you 100 times. You will come to surprise me, hey, niko home saizi, napigiwa simu sijakwambia, I'm in town already going to, do 1 or 2, 3 errands. Unakuja unipati, umekuja na flowers, with everything else, you'll be disappointed. Okay. Now I'll be here to solve cases. And I think you should communicate. For me, communication is everything. Yeah,
but then will it still be a surprise?
And that's why I said surprises don't work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm planning to surprise you. Okay.
Unless you have a close friend of mine here with me, keeping track of everything.
Akona cheat code. Anakwambia okay.
Huyo ni snitch. So unless I have conversation na mtu ako closer to me, that here ako happy just for location and all that, and then it's gonna work out. Or rather, you already know that on Sunday he's not going out or anything like that.
Actually, Dante says something that nimekumbuka. The way I grew up in a certain way, you have to beat nini. So it's the same. I grew up in a place where I have these uncles and friends and anywhere they used to beat their wives. And then sikuwaiona wives wakicomplain. So nilikuwa like, if this is love, kwa nini upige mtu? Then the wives wako like, even your marriage iko, you have to vumilia, mwanaume unamsikiza. So nilikuwa like, so hivi tutakuwa tunagrow. So saa zingine ungeuliza, by the way, kwa nini unagongwa na bado uko hapa? Kwa nini ugongwe hivi na bado uko? But atakwambia that ndo uko hivi. Hakunanga ndo iko perfect. Hata hiyo yenyu utangoja haitakuwa hivi. So I used to wonder, kama ni hivi, hata your girlfriend staki. Hakuna haja nikae tuanze kupiga mtu. Because I used to see my mom pia venye life yao iko poa. So nilikuwa nasema when I grow up, I want to have a perfect family. But kama hii ndio family, then hiyo love ikai. Then nikachukianga hiyo love. So I didn't want that thing of love. I remember dating a girl, and I didn't know that I love her. I actually didn't know, because I didn't know because we were dating. But hiyo kitu, I didn't have that feeling that I love her. Nilikuwa najiuliza by then nampenda kwa nini? Why am I here? So there's a time tulikosana, then ndo nika realize kumbe nilikuwa nampenda. But actually I didn't know that tunapendana ama nampenda.
You know you love her when you do the thing.
And then pia anything anafanya, I didn't see that ana express love. I didn't see that ananipenda. So nilikuwa like atanifanyia nini ndio nijue huyu dem ananipenda. So even I used to even to uliza sister yake, are you really sure sister yake ananipenda? Ati are you really sure? Nitajua aje? Ati anakupenda, kambia ndo anipendi. So love imekuwa so difficult on my head. So hizo the generation venye we were raised up na venye hizo mambo na kubit nini ndio ili inspire to start a conversation around gender based violence na vitu kama hizo. Why are you silent where you are not happy and then you claim that you are happy, that marriage inakuanga hivyo? Nani alisema ikuwe hivyo? Nani alisema lazima nikupige ndio uvumilie ndio ujue nakupenda?
Deep questions. Deep questions for sure. Because I would like, from, maybe I can put myself in their shoes at that time. A lot of, let me speak on about my own experience. My parents, my parents ndio first generation yao kusoma. Like shosha yangu alikuwa mtu trader. My mom's mom alikuwa thatcher, like na alikuwa midwife. Unajua hiyo kazi ya kitambo ilikuwa inalipa ati yuko sijui salon. So my mom's dad passed on when she was 5, and then her mom, because hakuwa anajiweza at that time, and that was the time when currency was starting to become a thing, shule. So my mom was raised by her sisters and her brothers. By the time, and my dad, similar. My dad's mom passed on, and the dad also passed on at some point. So by the time my dad and my mom wanashikana, hawa ni watu hawana pahali pengine pa kuenda.
Ni hapa.
I mean, like Anna says, sometimes we joke. If my mom and dad were to separate, my mom has nowhere to go. As in, everything is here. Umayona, mali yangu yote ni hii niko nayo. You get? So a lot of our parents and our aunties, I think of them in that perspective. When you have nowhere to go, the leaking house is not so bad. You get what I mean? It's like tunakwanga na kashawa katikati ya nyumba. I mean, you find your mind
inataka tu besheni.
Ukiwa na joto sana ama kukiwa na nini sana na ukitaka kusoma unaweza soma hapa. From an outsider, it's like you're not thinking or you're making up stories. But from the person who is living in a leaking house and they have nowhere else to go, you have to start loving that leaking house. You start thinking that this is the best house that ever exists. Nyinyi kwenyu hamnanga maji ina flow katikati, nyinyi mjabarikiwa. It helps you rationalize the situation you're in. And sometimes una rationalize hadi hata unaanza kujidanganya. I think some of us go through that even till this day. You find people saying, let me switch the reverse. Men are toxic, women are toxic, I don't need a man, I don't need a woman. But wewe ndio unajua penye loneliness inakuhit. Unaelewa? But unajaribu ku rationalize your singlehood or something by making the other thing not to be attractive. You get what I mean? So sometimes if you're thinking from that perspective, me, that's how I came to understand them. Na nikaanza pia kuelewa why that idea is so important to them. So even trying to tell someone that being beaten is not good, you are fighting with their own survival. Because aki admit it's not good, then
they'll have to walk away.
Exactly. You get what I mean? Unacheza na chakula yangu. You get? Unacheza na my own survival. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just also trying to put myself in the shoes where I have kids. I don't have an income. I'm not educated. I'm not going to leave that. I'm sorry. Where am I going to go? You get? Because even right now, when you're empowered as a babe, you're thinking, at least I have an option. I can go. do something.
Yeah, you work.
Have an idea, have a bank account.
Yeah.
Women started having bank anyway. Any serious but as we come now to the conversation about outside of romantic relationships, you know how like this very important idea I think you raised in the beginning, when you're talking about compassion, the idea that love doesn't have to be romantic, like real life-changing love is not necessarily romantic, kwa sababu romance roho yako ni iko na chamber 4 anyway. Okay, maybe 1 per chamber, max 2, 8. But the compassionate love, that love for the world, I do believe that there is a lot of power in that kind of love. But unajua hiyo love hainanga reciprocation.
Yeah.
Because you can give, maybe even like the people you're supporting, they don't even know how much you're sacrificing to support.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some of them don't even know it's you who's supporting.
Exactly.
So I want us to wrap that as we wrap the conversation with that sharing, you know, how have you experienced that love from the world, and how are you feeling like you would want to give that back? I think you've shared yours, but I also want you to talk more about how you've given it back and how you've seen that play out, and the power of that kind of love. Because I don't think Kenya will be changed by anything else other than the love we have for each other, for our country. Na hiyo ni inaitwaje? Asante ya punda.
Ni mateke.
So thoughts, you can start with you and then Dante, you can wrap.
Yeah. Let's say generally, even if I didn't believe in love, but I've found love. I found love in other people. Yeah, me being brought up by a single mom, I had friends, and these friends really took me in as their brothers and their younger brothers and their bigger brothers. And then most of the family nilikuwa na relate now, nilikuwa napata tunaingiana vibaya sana, you know, like nashindwa what the hell. So unapata I got a lot of love in their fathers, and then I felt so good that kumbe I can get love of a father. So nime receive a lot of love kwa watu. Me growing up, unapatanga a lot of my things inafanyonga not even relative people who I even don't know. So that is one thing that I grew up appreciating and saying that when God blessed me one day, I would love to give back to the society. Yeah, because kuna other people who are going the same way that nilikuwa napitia. So I would love that God to bless me so that pia ni chip in where I can. Yeah, just giving back to the society, being that father that I can love somebody's son or somebody's daughter, just loving naturally, help where I can. Yeah, so generally nime receive a lot of love, and I would love to give back to the society when fika time God atani bless. Yeah. Do you have anything again?
No, I'm just like 10 over 10, because I think you're also giving back in kind.
Yeah.
Through your podcast, the conversations that you're having.
Yeah.
Not many people are willing to share their story with other people.
Exactly.
Even for their own benefit. Mtu anaona unapitia this exact same thing alipitia, lakini anasema tu is a bro. He's a man. But I think you are. And we'll support you through it. Like, share, guys. The link to his podcast is in the description box. And support him as he is intending to support others. Right?
Yeah. Actually, when I realize that love do exist, is when after separating with dad, mom started her own thing.
Yeah.
na vitu zake zilikuwa run vizuri, angelinda watoto wake vizuri, things were running smoothly, alikuwa na shajenga nyumba yake, things were running smoothly, and then things happen, akagonjeka, then she had to go back to the ground, sell hizo vitu ndio atolewe OC, then life inarudi from zero, then now uko kwa society now, you're wondering, then me now growing up, teseka na mambo ya chuo, then along the way nakuja na pata rafiki, then that guy introduced me to the family. Then by the time I'm introduced to the family, then mashida zangu zinakuwa mingi. My siblings are sick, my mom is sick. I'm introduced kwa familia. Then I wanted now to move away. I didn't want that friendship again. Because for me nilikuwa na feel, and then niko na shida mingi. Nitawapea burden. So most of the time nilikuwa najificha, sikuwa nataka friendship yake. I used to ignore him. Then maybe I realized, then akanichunguza vizuri, then the more najificha the more ananileta. The more anajificha the more ananileta, then akaniintroduce kwa familia. Do you know this family took everything, yani wakachukua burden yangu yote ikuwa yao. Then I was like, how? They took me in. There's a time I can introduce the whole family. Then immediately the sisters saw me. They were like, you are our small brother. And then they took my burden. Want to help my brother, want to help my mom, want to help my sister. And then I was like, wow. And then the father chipped in to be like my dad. So then I realized there's real love. That's where I realized there's real love. Yeah, but pia if you hear different stories pia uwezi kujua, because pia na most of the time napata conversation, napatana na wale washaoa, wale pia wali raise up, walitoka kwa familia duni. So ukianza kusikia story, uko confused, uko like, is this love real? Because unapata mtu anakuambia hai mambo na wanawake achana nao. Upata maybe mama yake maybe Kenya alipitia, mama aliua baba yake, huyu pia baba yake aliua mama yake, huyu pia bibi anamtosha mentally, huyu pia bwana anamtosha mentally. So uko like, mtu anakuambia usijaribu kuoa, hii ndoa mnataka usijaribu. So unapatanga uko confused, uko like, is this thing really exist? Yeah, so ni kuomba tu Mungu akupe wisdom na uwezo ya kunini, ya kujua everything and to do it in a different way. Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, a good wrap up there. First, I think God knows how, He works out His things. Myself, I don't think if I would have met someone who doesn't believe in humanitarian love, I don't think if a relationship would have worked. Yeah, but big up to Min Pin. She's been there 100 times, because when I met her, she was doing charity work. Myself, each and every time, my birthday, February 14th, it's my charity time. It's time to give back to the community.
Yeah.
Everything else fixed like it should have been. And now it was for us to flap our wings and fly to the world. And it didn't take us much time. During the shortest period of time, we were showing love to, we have a program. It's called Clothe the Child, Keep Them in School.
Oh.
Yeah, we've done 3 editions. 3 or 4 editions.
Yeah.
One she did before we met. We did another one in Kisumu, clothed 25 pupils.
Wow.
Uniform, sanitary towels, soap, and all that.
Wow.
Through help of friends.
Yeah.
And then also we went ahead to do it in Siaya County. We did another 25 people. And then we went ahead to Busia County. We did 50 people. Now the next one, there's a target of doing up to 200 people.
Yeah.
Because we feel people are ready to help and people are ready to give back to the community. And that is the whole satisfaction I have with love. I mean, every time we come out of these events, I feel relieved and relaxed. And so is from her end, because she can express that and you can feel that there's a different way. And the basis of our relationship is not typically love. We always say it's not like I love you. It's the reason why we're here. It's because there's a lot of things we share in common.
Okay.
That's all for me. With love, I don't really take it. Okay, everyone else will have a different mindset of how they love their people. But myself, I see it as something that both of us agree on.
Yeah, ni kama kuna a shared purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, that's a noble one for sure. Because I feel like a lot of people, if they were to share, kama sio msaada ya mtu mwingine, hey, you're just like, if this person didn't help me, like even me in my own life, I know people who, if they didn't choose to help me, and at that time I couldn't pay them back. I was the least likely person to want to help, but they helped me. And they changed my life, in different places. So thank you so much for sharing that. Based on our conversation, maybe you can give our audience a parting shot before we wrap. For real now. Yeah.
Okay, I don't have much, but what I can say that love haina formula. Love haina formula. Maybe the way unaiweka love yako work, different way venye naweza weka love yangu work. Is different way venye dana naweza weka yake work. So love haina formula. I just think is just pray to God akupe wisdom. Na nikupiga tu magoti. Just pray to God akupe wisdom venye inaweza kuguide kwa relationship yako. Because if ukijaribu kuitackle na your own mind, you want to do anything. Yeah.
Tasonga.
One, love me great. Still love me hate.
Hey.
So, I mean, you either choose on one thing. You choose love or hate. And, it kicks in easily from loving to hating. It never takes sijui a whole year or anything. Sijui nini ulinikosea, tap. From there, changes zinaanza ku happen almost immediately. So you either choosing, if you want to love, you either choosing to love. Or if you want to hate, you're choosing to hate. You cannot be both.
Yeah.
You have to choose on one thing.
Yeah. And
And
your preferred choice?
Love, of course. Love wins. Always. Love wins. Always.
True. I think that's a great parting shot. That love does win. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout this conversation. Again, if you've not subscribed to this podcast, please click subscribe and let us know about your story. How has your upbringing shaped how you perceive love? And then how do you also perceive love outside of romantic relationships? Ni story za jaba ama ni story ni legit. But thank you so much. We wish you an amazing rest of the month, full of love, not just romantic, but to the world. Bye.
Peace.